wherein the chapter is called as the introduction and the quick recap. Right, so introduction and the quick recap of all the important terminology of audit, which probably you would have developed a preliminary understanding at the intermediate level, but now we need to become more familiar, strong, revise those concepts over there, right? And also the list of these standards have been given in this particular chapter at one place, right? So that's a very small introductory chapter over there, introduction and the quick recap. Right, then I'm very sure that all of you are aware, right? Just like in accounts, you have the accounting standards. In audit, we have something called as the accounting standards in accounts. So in audit, we have something called as SA, the reverse of that, right? So this is the accounting standards, right? The generally accepted accounting principles, which are to be followed by the management in the preparation of financial statements. And then the auditor, when he is doing the audit, he needs to follow the standards on auditing, right? The standards on auditing, right? What we call as the SA, the standards on auditing. But you know, standards is one subset of the total standards that we need to study. As such, if you have a look at it, the standards that we have for audit or relating to the CA work, it is more called as the engagement and quality control standards, right? So we have something called as the EQCS. What does EQCS stand for? The engagement and the quality control standards. Okay, now as a chartered accountant, as a CA in practice, what are the types of engagements that you could be performing? It says as a CA, one, you could be doing your main bread and butter audit. Right, then apart from audit, sometimes you could be appointed to do a review of the financial information, right? So audit of financial information or review of financial information. What is common about audit and review is that both are post-mortem activities. Both are performed for the historical financial information, right? Post-mortem, right? So say if I'm talking about the year 31st March 2030, right? So say on 20th of April 2030, when you're doing the audit, issuing the audit report on these financial statements, then that is the audit or the review, right? So audit review for the historical financial information. Then apart from audit review, what are the other engagements which can be performed by a CA? It says other assurance engagement other than audit review. And other assurance engagement other than audit review, right? You might be knowing that in an audit, we obtain a reasonable assurance, right? Which is a high level of assurance, but not an absolute assurance, right? Whereas in a review, the assurance obtained by the practitioner, by the CA, is called as the limited assurance, right? So just giving you a rough idea over there, right? So this is reasonable assurance. This is the limited assurance, right? Now, if it is an assurance engagement other than audit or review, then it is called as the other assurance engagement. And say it is not an assurance engagement, so it is not giving any assurance, no assurance is being given, then that is called as the related services engagement, right? So as a chartered accountant, what are the 4 types of engagement that you could be performing? One, you could be doing an audit engagement or a review engagement or an assurance engagement which is other than audit or review, or it could be a related services engagement. Right, so what I've marked in the yellow color, right, what are those? Those are the types of the assurance engagement, right? What are the types of assurance engagement we are talking about over there? Audit, review, other assurance, and the related services, right? Out of that, 3 are assurance engagement, right? So if I further create a bifurcation of the same, and okay, assurance engagement and the non-assurance engagement, right? Assurance engagement and the non-assurance engagement, right? So related services is a non-assurance engagement. No assurance is being given. Whereas audit, review and assurance engagement other than audit and review, those are called as the assurance engagement, right? Wherein you're giving some confidence. To give an assurance is to give some confidence to the intended users, right? Regarding the financial information which is being checked. right? It could be historical, it could be prospective, it could be controls, right? Different other assurance engagement also. Now, as the CA, when you are doing an audit engagement, you need to follow the standards on auditing. When you're doing a review engagement, CA, you need to follow the standards on review engagement. When you're doing the other assurance engagement other than audit review, then you need to follow the standards on assurance engagement. And when you're providing the related services, you need to follow the standards on related services. Right, so do you get what are the 4 types of engagement standards over there? Standards on auditing, standards on review engagement, standards on assurance engagement, and the standards on the related services. And whatever be the type of engagement that you are performing, whether you're doing audit or you're doing review or you're doing other assurance or you're providing the related services, do you always need to maintain the quality in the work that you are doing? Right, so for that we have a quality control standard. Right, for that we have the quality control standard, namely the SQC, the standard on quality control. Right, standard on quality control. So now you understand, every time when we use the term engagement and quality control standards, it means these standards are of 5 types. Standards on auditing, standards on review engagement, standards on assurance engagement, standards on related services, and the standard on quality control. SQC is the mother standard. Whether you are doing audit or you are doing review or you are doing other assurance or you are doing related services, do you always need to maintain the quality? Yes. Quality is of utmost importance over there. Okay, now how many standards on auditing have been issued by the ICAI? 38 standards on auditing. How many standards on review engagement? Just 2. Assurance engagement? Just 3. Standards on related services? 2, and then quality control 1 standard. Right, so 38 plus 2, 40, 40, 43, 44, 45 and 46. Right, so in total we have the 46 engagement and quality control standards. Right, so 46 engagement and quality control standards. Out of that, 38 are standards on auditing, 2 standards on review engagement, 3 standards on assurance engagement, 2 on related services, and 1 is on the quality control. And are all 46 standards applicable for your CA final? Yes, my dear students, all the 46 standards are applicable for CA final. Right, in the old syllabus, what used to happen? Out of the 38 standards, only 35 standards on auditing were applicable and 1 standard on quality control used to be applicable in the old syllabus, in the ancient times. Are you understanding that? What used to happen in the ancient times? 35 standards on auditing and 1 standard on quality control. So 36 standards used to be applicable for your exams. But now plus 10. And in the new syllabus, it is plus 10. Why? Because now you have the 46 standards which are applicable for your exams. Right, so 3 additional standards on auditing, then 2 standards on review engagement, 3 on the assurance engagement, and 2 on the related services. Right, so 5 and 5, 10. Right, so these are the 10 new standards which are applicable. Okay, then there is a lot of buzz, okay, or now in the new syllabus, abhi to 10 or standards applicable ho gaya, now there is more standards applicable and so. But let me tell you, okay, these 10 standards were already there in your exams up to May 19. Up to May 2019, when I used to teach audit, I've been teaching audit since September 2009, so it's been a long time now. So up to May 2019, all these 46 standards were applicable for your exams. And then after that, November 19 onwards, on May 20 onwards, they said, 10 standards not applicable. So only 36 standards applicable. So I remember with a heavy heart removing all those pages of those standards from the book and then missing teaching those standards in the class. But then when I saw that, oh, they have come again, and then when I looked into the content of these standards again, it was like, old memories flashing back to me. Oh, that all those standards which I used to really enjoy teaching in the class. Anyways, the entire subject, I enjoy teaching it. But again, those 10 standards have already come back. Right, so like, if you see in our book, you find some reference for these 10 standards also given of November 18 exam or May 18 exam. Then students wonder, ma'am, how come? Ma'am, now these standards have become applicable. How you're writing May 18, November 18 question came in exam? Because they were there. Then they went on a holiday. Then holiday is over, they've come back. Now, whether they'll go on holiday again, even I don't know, and I don't want you to know at all. But right now, are they applicable for your exams? Yes, they are all applicable for your exams. Okay, right. So these 3 standards which have been now again added in your syllabus is the 800 series, SA 800, 805 and 810, for which we have a dedicated chapter number 8. Chapter number 8 is specialized areas, 800 series. Then you have the 2 standards on review engagement, SRE 2400 and 2410, which is your chapter number 9. Right, which is chapter number 9, standards on review engagement, SRE 2400, 2410. Right, then you have the 3 standards of the assurance engagement, SAE 3400, 3402 and 3420. And so 3400, 3402 and 3420, which is, I think you could guess it, chapter number 10. And then 2 standards on related services, which is SRS 4400 and 4410, which is your chapter number 11. Right, which is your chapter number 11, right? So I am telling you, in the module 1, we have chapter number 0 to 11. Does everybody know what is chapter number 8, 9, 10, 11? Chapter number 8 is your 800 series. So coincidence, it is chapter 8 and it is 800 series. Right? 9 is your SRE series. 10 is your SAE and 11 is your SRS. Right? 11 is the SRS. Is it clear to everyone? I hope you are able to follow. I'm just discussing with you our syllabus. I'm just showing you, like, you go to a restaurant, they first show you the menu card over there, right? So I'm just like showing you what all is going to be included in our discussion in this particular class, right? Clear everyone? Any point, any question, please put it on the chat box. I'll be more than happy to address your question.